What's up, Dunwoody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's all about Dunwoody, Georgia. I'm here with Karissa Norfleet, who is Simply Done Donuts, and they have parked this truck in the Burger King parking lot over by the Village in the same shopping center as our sponsor, Dr. Brett Friedman from Village Orthodontics. And has he ever been to your truck before? Have you met him
Actually,
before?
Joe said he came by yesterday on the truck.
Oh, really? Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So
Real good
even
guy.
they eat donuts.
Yeah. He's fixing teeth and enjoying a good donut.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so I guess I don't know where to start. Just tell us where Simply Done Donuts came from. You guys have been a
Okay.
big hit here in Dunwoody lately.
Well, and it actually means a lot to us because we live in Dunwoody and we have for 10 years. Um, so we just started as a food truck about 8 years ago, and then did that for about a year and a half. Then left our corporate jobs, opened up our Duluth store, then opened up our Tampa store where my husband's from, and then got going with a second food truck, which is Sprinkles. She's the one that's been out there at the old BK lot,
Okay.
and that you've been
Sprinkles. I like that
seeing.
name.
Yeah, Sprinkles. So, yeah, we do mini donuts, and on the truck, we actually are frying and decorating to order.
Cool.
It makes us very, very different, but they're always fresh, and it's worth the wait.
Yeah. Why did you
Um,
originally start a food truck?
well, we wanted to actually test our product, the market, and do all that first before investing heavy into a brick and mortar.
Okay. But your other jobs have nothing to do with donuts.
Nope.
Interesting. All right.
Yep.
Gotta start somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Well, I came from Dallas, Texas, and there were legit 700 donut shops.
Really?
And so when we moved to Atlanta 10 years ago, at that time, it was really just Dunkin'. Um, and that's when we were like, let's do donuts. And I found a little old lady up in Oregon with some machinery for sale. She shared her recipe with me. So we played around with it, tweaked it, made it our own, and then that's how we got going.
Yeah. And they're like the little donuts. What do you call them? The cake style? Yeah, cake
Yep.
style mini donuts.
Yeah, if
Just a
there's
little bit
no
different.
way we could fry on demand with yeast. So yeah, we
Yeah.
stuck with cake.
Yeah. And then you can jazz them up and make them whatever you want. I saw all the different
Uh-huh.
types. You had like a million different types on there.
Well, yeah, through our now the truck, we only have so much space, so
Right.
we carry about 12 flavors, but at our stores we have close to like 35, 40. And then we're always doing a donut of the month. And this month has been my favorite actually in 6 years, but it's our Biscoff cookie. It's the Delta donut.
Yeah.
So that one's been a
The
real banger.
Delta donut. I like that.
Yeah.
So why'd you go to Duluth? Why was that the first start?
Actually, when we were doing the food truck about a year and a half, testing all the different markets, Duluth always had the best turnout. So
Okay.
we made the sales, people loved it, and then all of a sudden we saw this whole new construction being built, and we just felt like, okay, this made sense. So we jumped in.
That's cool. Yeah, I like how you
Yeah.
test the market, figure out what's
Yep.
gonna work and what's not gonna work.
Yep.
Yep. And then you just waited until Dunwoody was ready. And
I mean,
where did that come from? You just wanted to be closer to home, I guess.
yeah. Well, we're all about community, and that was also a big draw for Duluth, because we were right in the middle of the school districts too, and
Okay.
families, and so Dunwoody made sense because that area is nestled between the schools,
Yeah.
and it's busy, and I know that's where we go eat, where a lot of people go eat, and I see how connected. All these businesses are to the community. And I was like, let's give Dunwoody a shot. So I put the feeler out there on, the Dunwoody restaurant page, and tons of suggestions came to us, and we narrowed it down, and we just lucked out with that spot, and everyone's been really supportive.
Yeah. It's funny how supportive people are. Well, they can be negative too, but on that
Yeah.
restaurant review group, people are, that you got like hundreds of comments immediately. It was crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
So everybody was ready for mini donuts. Did you
I
know that
was
many people here? Like people just,
no, nope.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
I guess that does tell you like they want something one fun and different because there's no food trucks sitting around in Dunwoody.
Yeah, no, that's true. Except
And you're
on every Thursday of the summer, but that's about
yeah,
it. Yeah.
that's about it. So I think it just makes it fun for the parents driving their kids to school, and the kids are like, "Mom, donuts!" So
Yeah. It's in a
I
good
think
spot.
it's really what everyone seems to want and need right now.
Yeah. And that was really cool of the city to let you do that too. Just park it
Yep.
there.
Yeah, actually, everything went so smoothly, and we're so grateful for that. The landlord, super kind, supportive. He's even letting us use his power, and he's getting us situated.
Nice.
But yeah, the city helped us get the permit, and funny enough, code enforcement came by one day because they got a complaint that we were sitting out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I bet I know who that complaint was.
yeah, I bet you do too. So anywho, but yeah, we have our permit and everything's good to go. So we're legit.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so one of the reasons that you stuck out to me was I was rereading a book that I just love. It's called "Know What You're For." It's by Jeff Henderson. He's a
Yeah.
North Point. I used to go to Buckhead Church, and he used to be the one that ran Buckhead Church. And
Yep.
I love that they are kind of taking their ministers and turning them into business leaders. And that's so he wrote this book, and you guys were featured in the book, which I thought was really cool, just because you're
Yeah.
so community oriented, and that's kind of what the
Yep.
book was about. And I love that you do. So on your IG post, I just since I've been watching you, I've just noticed a lot of this where it's like work life balance type stuff, where it's
Hmm.
like for small business owners, because I'd say, I don't know, it's like half people work for small businesses at this point. And, it's cool that you
Yep.
throw out the little, like the tips and the, just the ideas that a lot of business owners are feeling, because
Yeah,
that resonates with people.
definitely. And doing that, it has been so refreshing to actually see the community voice their opinions on these subject matters, but then also
Yeah.
the other small business owners who are like, I feel this. Like
Right.
they're we never all we don't have the time to get together to vent, to really talk through things, help each other out. So in some small way, this is our ability to put our voice out there and
Yeah.
connect on the same level.
Right. Right. And that Valor Coffee guys are very similar to that too, where they kind of teach people how to be business owners. You should go by and talk to them if you haven't met
Yeah,
them. I
actually
know
we
they're
went by
near competition, but
we did go by their spot because I love trying coffee shops, so I just got to get
yeah.
myself in there.
Yeah, and you guys won. I didn't know you did coffee really, but you won the best of Gwinnett, which I
Yep.
keep up with. That's pretty cool.
It's really
Must have
funny.
some good coffee.
I love our coffee, but then there's just great missions behind our coffee roaster. And it's funny because most people don't think of a donut shop as coffee, but then you have, the big guys who obviously do coffee,
Yeah.
but we do craft coffee. And you go to our storefronts, we actually have the old espresso machines. We're doing hand frothing. Um, we wanted to make sure it wasn't just an afterthought and a convenience only thing. We wanted to bring good quality products to pair with donuts.
Right.
And it's worked out in our favor. So, yeah, we're doing the same coffee on the truck as well.
Yeah. And what time do you cut off every day, or what are your hours at the Burger King?
Um, so, I am updating Instagram every week, and I did a highlight on our page. Shops of Dunwoody is the name.
Okay.
So what we're shooting for hour-wise is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 to 12, and Saturdays, 8 to 1. Of course, weather dependent, and if we're booked for caterings. So I'm always keeping that up to date.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's Shops of Dunwoody. Okay, I can remember that. And then you sell, was it 4-pack, 8-pack, 16, and 20,
And
or 2-pack?
24.
I guess you have that little 2-pack too.
Not on the truck though.
Not on the truck. Okay, so the
No.
truck is the smallest is 4.
Yep.
Um, Cool. And then I read on the your website that your first word ever was donut.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty cool.
my mom always jokes. She's like, "Why didn't you just start doing donuts much earlier? You could be way ahead." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, everyone's on their own journey."
Yep.
But
That's
yeah,
how it works.
so what's really cool is because I grew up eating in donut shops with my family, celebrating special occasions. And then now it is so crazy since we've opened like the truck in Duluth, and watching those kids who were 1 are now like 6 and 7, and they come every
Yeah.
year for their birthday. The families are with them. So it's like the cycle continues, and we
Yeah.
get to be a part and watch these kids grow up. It's bizarre,
That's really cool.
but it's so cool.
Yeah. Everybody's got that one spot that they want to go on their birthday. Mine was the melting pot. You ever been to the melting
Oh
pot
yeah,
before?
yeah, I've
That
been.
was one place that I like forced my parents to take me to, and it was so expensive. I kind of feel bad at this point, but
Yeah.
that was like the same thing I did every year. Um, and so you guys, I looked on the website. You have got all kinds of cool stuff on there. The celebrity wall.
Mhm.
We were talking before the show. I guess that's because you go to so many movie sets.
Yep.
So you
All
guys have
the
met a lot of cool people.
When we started as a truck, we had no idea about the filming industry. And
Yeah,
so then when you do one set and everyone is done with that set, they go to other sets. And so then they spread your name.
yeah.
And yeah, so now we pretty much provide the donuts and coffee for all these sets, which is awesome. That's a very fun part of the job.
Yeah, it's nice that they can just fill in with you because when they
Yeah,
come to a new area, they probably don't know everybody.
yeah, exactly right. And they
Where to
just
go.
like, yeah, people need suggestion and they're like, oh, this place, Simply Done.
Yeah, and I'm sure celebrities probably don't want to leave the movie set because they get hounded if they go
Yep.
to the local McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
So they can kind of
So
sit down with
everyone
their
comes
friends.
to set, yes.
Yeah, I saw some cool ones on there. Rainn Wilson. Who's your favorite celebrity that you met?
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah, that was your favorite. Okay.
Zach Morris. I mean, I grew up and he was my crush, and here was my childhood crush right in front
Yeah.
of us. And he was so nice. Joe was super supportive. He was like, "Hey man, my wife really loved you growing up." He took us on set, had us back out twice, and he gave us a tour of everything. He was so nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Of the ones on there, Rainn Wilson, that would have been the one
Yep.
that I would like to meet. And then Jeff Henderson, I'd really like to have a conversation with Jeff Henderson. He's so laid back. I
He's
probably
amazing.
could. I probably could have a conversation with him, but
Yeah.
he's he's a good guy. Cool. And then you've started franchising. You've got Duluth and you've got Tampa, right? Those are the two
Yep.
stores.
Yeah.
And then the franchising. When did this start? You just started offering that?
Yeah, so within the last year, we really started pushing that because we got all the back end and business stuff in place. And then
Yeah.
now we're really starting to push franchising, which we're hoping maybe someone in the Dunwoody market might be interested because we're proving it's actually working. And
Yeah.
the numbers, being in Dunwoody is better than our Duluth shop, which is crazy. So,
Really? Out of the
yeah,
truck. That's cool.
yeah, it's really cool. But it also goes to show you that location is very, very crucial.
Yeah. And I think
Visibility.
it's just special that you're like the new person. You're right there in the middle of the village,
Yep.
and people notice that. Well, that's really cool. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Like, I guess here's the plug. If anybody wants to open a donut shop in Dunwoody, reach out
Yes, contact us.
because it
Eat.
obviously is working. You've already
uh,
gained a name here.
yeah. Well, let's hope it stays that way because I do know that there was another smaller donut place and they've closed. But I'm hoping, maybe this is supposed to be where we are next.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one thing I do want to say is a lot of times people, when they come to the truck, they expect, multiple different flavors in their packs and things, but we are built for speed. Like
Yeah.
our first Saturday out there, it was 5 hours of a line nonstop.
Yeah. That's what I saw.
Imagine if people were getting 16 donuts, all different flavors, and having to make those. Your wait time would be so long. So, yes, every
Right.
4 mini donuts is one flavor, and there's a
Okay.
reason for that.
Gotta keep it fast. Gotta keep it fast.
Gotta keep it fast. We want you
And
guys
then,
happy.
what's your favorite? Then it said the number one seller is the apple pie. What do you
Yep,
like the best?
s'mores. It
S'mores.
is
Ooh.
so good.
Yeah. I think I'd like that one better.
I mean, they are legit all good, but we try not to eat them too often because we really want to enjoy them when we do eat them.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say when we're frying on the truck and I have one, I still to this day am just like, oh my gosh, these are so good.
Yeah. And do you prefer to be on the truck? I guess it's a little bit different each day, but
I do.
being in the
I
shop,
love being on the truck.
you have to get out and meet people.
Yeah, every event is different. You get to be out in the weather. Um, Everyone's happy that you're there. So I will say, like, the customers tend to be very sweet, whereas in a brick and mortar, expectations sometimes aren't met, and you have those difficult customers.
Yeah. And are you still driving two trucks around?
Um, Actually, our second truck, we're getting some equipment in there and fixing it up. That was our
What's
original one,
what's his name or her
Minnie.
name? Minnie.
Minnie.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh,
and so I need to get her up and ready to start running a second location.
yeah. It seems like you're
So
busy enough to you got to keep it going.
yeah, well, other cities are now seeing what we're doing in Dunwoody.
Yeah.
Um, but so I want to get it ready, and then maybe we can park it in another little town.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Well, it was nice talking to you. Nice meeting
You
you.
too,
And
Matthew. Thank you for inviting us.
yeah, you seem like you're just killing it here in Dunwoody. So, and everybody's talking about how like personable you are too, and how they actually get to
Oh,
know
good.
you while they're in line, even in that like short period of time that you're at the
Yeah.
register, but or up at the truck.
Yeah.
So
And that's mostly Joe. Joe is such a people person. He might tuck your ear off, so be
yeah,
careful
so he
if
just
you're
goes
in
to
a
the
time
side of the
crunch.
line. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, if you're in a time crunch, avoid Joe.
yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, you're exactly what Dunwoody needed, and
Oh, I'm
so
so happy to
welcome.
hear that. Thank you.
Yeah,
We're happy to be here, but maybe I'll see you at the truck soon.
yeah, definitely need to stop
You need
by.
some donuts.
I do. My wife's out of town, and so maybe I'll bring the kids this weekend.
Yeah, we're there tomorrow, 8 to 3.
Okay, we'll
We're gonna
fit
do
that in
longer
between soccer
hours.
games. Nice.
Yeah, come see us. I'll give
Okay.
you donuts. You deserve them.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. See ya. Thanks.
Thank you.